Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Do you love your mobile app? Do you just use it because you have to? Think about it. What is a software that you do love, and why do you love it? Great information, ease of use, helpful at tax time, gets the job done, right? And you know, I love talking about car hauling software. So we're going to do that tonight. What's Vehicall? We're going to meet Clayton, in an interview, and he's going to give us a live demo. But before we do that, we're going to do industry news and hello live chat. So buckle in because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me again on a Tuesday Nights Live on Auto Transport Intel. Please let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. And we are live. That's it. It's episode 137. It's begun. It is Tuesday night. It is 8 p.m. Central Time. Oh, wait. If this is your first time here, I want you to feel welcome. That's right. I want you to feel like you can join. You see the live chat. You're watching the show. When we're live, we're really live. And this is happening now, so I'm going to go into the chat. I'm going to say hello. I appreciate you being here, taking your busy time. I don't know what you're doing. It's Tuesday night. It's May. It's COVID craziness. Anyways, we're going to go into industry news, and we're going to talk about, what's happening, national news, social media news, auto transport stuff, good news, bad news. What do we got? Rates, brokers, I don't know, stats. Not too much COVID stuff, more industry stuff. Then we're going to go into the information superhighway. We haven't done that in a while, and we need to because I love car hauling software. I love talking about it and seeing what's going on. In fact, I hold myself out as one of the most varied experts on car hauling software. So I got to live up to it, and I haven't done a car hauling software update in a while, so we're going to do some of that. We're going to go into the interview and demo of Vehicall. What's Vehicall? You're going to learn. You're going to learn tonight. If you already know something about Vehicall, please put it in the live chat. If you've got a question about car hauling software in general, love to hear from you. And remember, you can comment below. And don't forget to like and share with your friends. And make sure you're subscribed. All right? Okay, and then after we do the interview and the demo, we're going to do some car shipping industry live chat. We're going to go back to the live chat, after the demo and the interview. You just said that, but it's live, so anything can happen. And I don't have a script. Do you have a script for life? I don't think so. So here's what we're going to do. Right after we do this, we're going to go into the live chat. I really do want to say hello to you and hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me on Tuesday night. Be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls, the contacts, and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we fill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
All right, so what do you think of this show so far? Okay, so hey, dude, by the way, let me know, is it too loud? Is it too quiet? I have been I reinstalled OBS today, and so hopefully that doesn't cause any crashing. If we crash, it's YouTube. It's going to be a YouTube thing. All right, let's go into the live chat. Silver Mint was in here first. Thanks for tuning in. Konnichiwa, Jay, and all other car hauling maniacs. Well, konnichiwa to you as well. I was watching Bruce Lee, the Dragon story. You know, I like to watch movies while I'm working, and that's what was on today. So konnichiwa. Good timing on that. Ty Thompson, is this where you find cars? Well, it is, Ty. It is where you can find digital cars, not actual cars. Confucius says one who buys up all the used cars will be rich, and one who hauls them will struggle. Wow. Confucius was way ahead of his time. How interesting. Auto Transport Intel, welcome to Tuesday Nights Live on Auto Transport Intel, the car shipping business channel, with your host, Jay. Thank you, Kimberly, for monitoring the live chat and the helpful messages while we are enjoying ourselves in TV land. So thank you so much. Michael Culler is here. Free software is the best. Well, it's interesting you say that. Many people agree with you. We're going to find out more about... We're going to be talking a lot of software tonight. So anything software related, feel free to type it in the live chat. This is going to be an interesting show. Terrence Evans says, go Craig. All right, Terrence. Well, thank you for your support. And Craig will be on here in about, I make a really long show. This is a 2-hour show. That's why I say buckle in. I mean it. I mean strap yourself in. This is the automotive late night in car shipping. So it's going to be a while. Really, he'll be here in about 40 minutes. I know, it seems like a long time. So, make something to eat. Go for a jog and come back. Carlos Braxton, hey, what's up, ACB Logistics? Hey, thanks for saying hello. Appreciate it. Carlos, great seeing you. And also, by the way, Carlos, I see you in State of Car Hauling on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Central Time, and also dispatching live on every other Thursday. Traffic Inc., that's Ron. He says, go, go. What's up, Ron? How you doing? Acertus Delivers, we're excited to be here and can't wait to hear from Craig. All right. Well, thank you, Acertus. Acertus has decided to participate in Auto Transport Intel. Thank you, Acertus, for your advertising and content. I love having you on the show, being a part of the show, and I think it's good for the ecosystem at large, so thank you so much. Okay, so the sound is good. Awesome. That's fantastic. Until we crash. I hope we don't crash. Tyler McCormick says, hello with stars in his eyes. What's up, Tyler? Thanks for tuning in. Nick Medore. Hey, what's up, Nick? Thank you for tuning in. Mark, hey, what's up? Superflow Systems is here. What's up, Mark? Yep, you're going to love this show. You are going to love this show. Michael Culler, my 2-year-old trucking queen, loves to dance to your intro music. That is awesome. Thank you so much. The kids just love this show, especially when you put it up on the big screen. Thank you, Michael. Thanks for doing that. It means a lot. It really does. Sue is here. Hey, what's up, Sue? That's Sue from Murphy Auto Transport. Again, if you got a question, if you need help, you need a dispatch service, Murphy Auto Transport, you want to talk to Sue, absolutely. And she's my co-host on Dispatching Live on every other Thursday. I love that show. Hey, Ty. Hey, Carlos. Hey, what's up? Alicia Bray is here. Hey, what's up, Alicia? Thanks for tuning in and saying hello. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing from Craig, Michael Culler, and Bobby Haddock. Hey, Bobby Haddock is here. Well, welcome to the show, Bobby. Thank you for tuning in. There's the Murphy Auto Dispatch stuff. I know, I'm back in time. It's back in time. Michael Culler, if it's too loud, you're too old. Well, right. Well, just let me know what the 2-year-olds think. They're like, man, he's so quiet. Tony Coltrip, looking forward to the show. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we're excited to have Craig on the show. I'm excited because I know a little bit about Vehicall just from our video testing, but I'm looking forward to just get, a full under the hood demo. It's going to be great. That is going to be a great interview. What else we got? WM Vaughn Logistics Inc. Hello, Jay. Thanks for ATI. Well, thank you. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. I work hard on the show. I do love the channel. It's a labor of love. That's what we're all doing, right? You wouldn't be in car shipping if you didn't somehow love it. You wouldn't. I don't know what you do, but you do something else. Aaron Williams, go Craig. Craig Clayton, yo, excited to talk nerd tonight. What it is. All right, so we're gonna get a little geeked out. That's awesome. All right, you've been warned. It's gonna get geeky up in here. As if it wasn't already, Jay. My first time, I'm very interested in this. Hey, Bobby, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Like I said, automotive late night. All right, so are we offline? Okay, hang on one second. That's crazy. Stream resumed. Oh, the stream is continuing? Man, I reinstalled this thing today. So let me know, are we still going? You lost the YouTube stream, but we're still going. Okay, so, man, let me tell you, that is frustrating. That, I think, is YouTube. Still here? Craziness. Man, I mean, doing a live stream right now, I think we're still here. Unbelievable. All right, I'm going to keep going because we're alive. We're live and we're alive. But, I mean, I just do not understand why it's doing that to me. We're going to keep going. All right. Danny B says, hello, everyone. What's up, Danny B? How you doing? Thanks for saying, hey, and you can email me. Danny emailed me today. If you've got something to let me know, like, hey, Jay, your stream has crashed, whatever it is, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Send me an email. Don't call me. Send me an email. If you want to talk on the phone, you could talk to Ty. 417-483-2764. He is my eyes and ears, and he does the consulting. He's also the man on the street on State of Car Hauling. Whew, that was a close one, huh? We're going to keep going. I mean, what else can you do? You got to just keep on going. Tony's here. Oh, thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Even when it crashes a little bit, we're going to hang in there. We're like the Starship Enterprise. We're taking on water. Hello, Wisdom Tooth out yesterday. Ooh, man, that's rough. And that, you know what? And that pain lasts a little while. So, okay, we're back. Yeah. Well, it's better to get them out all at the same time. Pulling out wisdom teeth is kind of like car hauling. Hey, everyone. Michael Culler is working with Murphy now, looking for a few good drivers. That's good news. So, Sue's got open spots. She can dispatch for you if you need help. Jeff Seltzer's here. Hey, Jeff. Thanks for tuning in. Bill Billiter. Standard Tuesday Night Ritual. Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It means a lot. It's great to hear from you. Who else do we have in here? Every time I scroll, it jumps around. Let's see here. Exquisite Trucking. Hey, what's up? Bill from Exquisite Trucking is here. Checking in. Thanks so much. Carlos, Michael, Dominic. So did we lose too many people? I hate it when the stream breaks like that. I mean, come on, man. I need every viewer I can get. Have you checked the Nielsen ratings lately? Oh, Gerard gives me a clap. Well, thank you, Gerard. I appreciate that. Okay, well, I caught up. I'm current on live chat. I really do appreciate guys saying hello. Let me know what's going on and what's happening. Is business any better? Are you seeing better rates? Are you seeing more volume? Is your state shut down? Are you locked in a cage? I really do want to know. And after this, we're going to go into industry news, so I hope you'll stick around.
Superflow Systems is excited to introduce DispatchCenter.com, a full-service load board for brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers, featuring integrations with Truckify mobile app and iTruckPay. Use Route Scout technology to build your routes. Maximize truck capacity. Stay loaded at the highest available revenue with the least amount of driving miles. Tell us your lanes. Loadification will alert you to new loads posting in your route. Views instant load notifications sent with Book Now features. Search and book loads directly through the Truckify mobile app. Brokers and shippers, post your loads to Dispatch Center. Give authorized carriers the opportunity to instantly book your loads. Dispatch Center powers the Truckify mobile app, allowing instant load assignment to the driver. Truckify will send inspection reports, geo-located pickup and delivery photos, BOLs, and invoices back to the broker. Brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers, Dispatch Center, and Truckify have what you need to be more profitable every day.
Hey, welcome back again to Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. By the way, as we go into industry news, and I'm going to pull this over here. Here we got, this is the thumbnail for tonight's show. This is episode 137. and we are going to be doing an interview and a demo with Clayton of VehicHaul. Before I do that, I've got to check in with Facebook because I did Hello Live Chat on YouTube, and man, I'll tell you what, I thought the stream had definitely broken, but we are. Oh, there's me on top of myself talking. But we did make it. We actually made it through. Okay, there's me. That's me echoing. Okay, so I got Facebook pulled up here, and we've got, we got some people tuning in onto that is the Auto Transport Intel Car Shipping Business Channel Facebook page. All right, cool. Hey, listen, man. Thank you guys for tuning in on Facebook. It means a lot. And I want to say this too, and I appreciate it. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for saying hello. I want to say this is that, the goal of this show is, yes, I'm here and I'm hosting this automotive late night car shipping business channel. But the goal of the show is to really create a forum, timely, relevant, current, updated information. We know there are car haulers growing businesses. We know there are dealerships that are more and more working with car haulers on a personal level rather than just this faceless contractual level. We know that there's still questions about what's going on with broker rates, technologies, and so Auto Transport Intel is the home for all of that. We haven't had a home. There are organizations and some trade shows, and they're awesome, and I love those shows. I do. In fact, we're missing one right now. Automotive Logistics was supposed to be happening this week in California, and that blows that we can't go to trade shows right now. So we need Auto Transport Intel more than ever. So really spread the word. I can't believe that. Actually, I can't believe there's not like 1,000 people here live. Actually, maybe 1,000 might be. Okay, Jay, get off your high horse, Jay. No, I'm serious about this. I really do believe in this channel. I believe in what we're doing here, and I'm going to prove it. So let's go into some industry news. Let's do that. Enough with the chit-chat. We already showed that, Jay. Oh, you like your thumbnail? I do like the thumbnail. I make one of these for every show, and this is the video thumbnail you see on YouTube. You click on it, you watch the video, you like it, you share it, you subscribe it. Okay. Oh, did you start a Facebook watch party and a YouTube on the big screen party? Michael Culler did. Hey, I'm going to go to the hair salon. Ask for the DOT special. I like the cat lady memes, and I'm the one keeping it alive. Tesla factory restarts against orders as Elon Musk says they can arrest him. You read this, right? Saw this? It's interesting. I mean, he's pretty high up. He knows a few government officials. I think they're working it out. I don't think they're going to arrest him. But you know what? Never know. They do get the hair salon ladies. Tesla appears to have more than essential employees at its Fremont factory. The county is making rules that directly contradict and undermine the policy announced by the governor in the orders. These governor's orders are, should I say wacky? They're kind of wacky. They're just all over the place. But speaking of, there's a reason Tesla opened. It's time. It's now time. Hey, Tesla made the update. You go to Auto News. Here's your link. Go to autonews.com. Then /manufacturing, follow latest assembly plant closings. Go to autonews.com. You'll see it there on the front page. And you can find out what plants are doing what. So let's take a look here. What else do we got here? Now, the good news. A lot of these dates, I've been following this for weeks. And a lot of these dates said, no restart date, closed indefinitely, whatever. That's changed. Oh, thank goodness. We're actually seeing some dates there. Like, they all have dates. Wow. That is brand new, man. That is a breaking development. That is awesome. And it's a lot of May stuff, too. But again, this is like just, you blow the dust off the counter and wipe down the plexiglass and figure out, that your neighbor's in a plastic shield, whatever. It's not cranking out cars day. Not yet. I found this was helpful. Thanks, Tom, for sharing this on LinkedIn. This is straight restrictions on dealership retail sales, and I found this interesting. This shows a lot of showroom sales. Very interesting, because I did not know there were that many showrooms where they were able to resume sales, but I don't know. It sounds like pretty good news. Hey, here's the New York Times map, which states are reopening. I've been showing this weekly as well, and there's not many left. Not many shut down. California seems to show a lot. I don't know why Washington is on there. I know that's in the beginnings, but it's still there. That's interesting. And I found this. Check this out. This is a really interesting graph. Now, I like this because it goes on data, science, and, on testing. Because it seems to me this should govern, and I don't even know if it's state by state. It should be like city by city or county by county or bracelet by bracelet. I don't know. But I don't know how we shut down a whole state based on one area's hospital beds. But here we can see that the curve is flattening. In case you didn't know, in case you've been boating for weeks, curve is flattening. Okay, it's pretty good news. Hey, we have the beast on the run. See, that's how you know. Because Governor Cuomo said we have the beast on the run. I think it's like a new Beastie Boys album. Rhode Island, first in the Northeast block to lift their stay-at-home orders. That's good. Great. Get out of the house. But the Supreme Court declines to lift Pennsylvania's stay-at-home order. I don't know what it is. Some of these states, man, they just love staying at home. No, they don't. Unrest is growing. That's what we're talking about in a few remaining states that won't give a firm reopening date. You think? When you get that ticket, when a $1,000 ticket for surfing, pretty sure. In fact, I just downloaded this. I just saw this. Now, that's Los Angeles. And in fact, I think that's Olympic Boulevard. I know Los Angeles. And they're talking about July or August. That'd be crazy. There's going to be some problems. Such as, everybody knows her now, Shelley Luther. She has Salon a la Mode. Good name. In Dallas, she's the hair salon lady that said, you know what? I'm going to start doing hair. Now, I don't know, in fact, to what degree. I think she just flat out opened against the governor's orders, against these executive orders. And anyways, I do the state of car hauling. I got another state of car hauling tomorrow. I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. Love to have you. Please tune in. It's at noon Central Time. Because this is how you get your car shipping news right now. This is it, man. Auto Transport Intel. And there is, so on Wednesday mornings, you got to get up early. But at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, Automotive Logistics has a webinar. So there's that. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, other than some websites. But doing the live stream. Now listen, you heard about this. Cox Automotive to furlough 12.5 thousand employees worldwide. Now here's what's really interesting. And that, in fact, that's the NADA show. That's what they had at NADA 2020. Looked like that. Huge. Who knew? I mean, it was monstrosity. I was there. It was Cox people all over the place. Wild stuff, man. Cox Automotive, here's the stats. It's going to start, so it's May 17th. Is that Friday? For 16 weeks. 87% of those are in the U.S. are with Manheim. Man, that's a lot of people, dude. So it is, it seems they're trying to do the best they can. They got some pay reductions for executives, reducing work hours for employees. Also, did you see this? KAR, Car Global, 11,000 employees. It's going around. Carvana, Q1 net loss more than doubles as virus slows demand. Look at that. Although Carvana's launching in 100 additional markets. Talk about seizing the moment. Oh my gosh. Look at, and you see this map here, these new markets? It's basically all east of the Mississippi. Going crazy. Man. Carvana is the Amazon of cars. Like it or not, Carvana is offering as soon as next day touchless home delivery. Which, by the way, to me that sounds like a bit of a tall order. That's one of them things. Did you check with all the workers to make sure you can make it next day touchless? Huh? Is it easy peasy? More than 20,000 vehicles on Carvana.com. Dang, that is crazy. A total of 261 U.S. markets. Used car prices are falling, but likely to recover soon, says this one. Likely to recover soon. Isn't that interesting? Really? Because there are more cars than tin cans right now. There's cars everywhere. However, good news, central dispatch volume is up. You see that? So that's good. Can you read that on your mobile device? There we go. I found 27,000. That was domestic 48 up to 30 days, all to all, 27,000. I did that search, I think it was yesterday. Now, this is more like the news you're seeing. A massive drop in car sales sparks new push in Congress to aid the auto industry. It seems like congressional aid is all the rage right now, which is interesting for a country that doesn't believe in socialism. I'm just saying. Hey, speaking of changing the subject, we want broker transparency. All right? So, this is a big topic. I don't know what's going on with broker versus dispatcher right now. I mean, I know this is broker transfer, broker, carrier, dispatcher. OIDA's pushing Congress for full transparency in broker transactions. Do you see this? OIDA's been, man, they're busy. They do stay busy. I was just reading their magazine. In fact, here, they've called action. They're urging drivers to request documents from brokers. Check this out. What are they talking about? Look at this. We're going to look at it here. Okay. So, this is what they're saying. Request for broker load documents. So, as a carrier, I guess you have the right, based on 49 CFR section 371.3, to go ahead and, this is you go ahead and read them. It's not the Miranda rights, but it has the feeling of it. So anyways, read them, tell them what you need, tell them what you expect, tell them what you want. And here's your form. And if you can't, get your phone and screen grab it, or if that doesn't work, go to OIDA. I think it's OIDA.com. Need to get OIDA on the show. Hey, Trump says truckers are price gouging as shipping rates plunge. Did you see this? Craziness. Everybody's getting in on it anyway. So then there was, okay, so this broker, what is his name? Shoot, I don't have his name on here. Great job, Jay. Well, this guy made a YouTube video talking about it's not the brokers, it's not the gouging, it's the marketplace, which is interesting because in a country that fully believes in capitalism, that is true. Capitalism isn't always your buddy. It's the market rate, it's the going rate. And so, I mean, it's an interesting point. And again, I mean, at what point do we stop the market and say, no, this is what we need it to be? It's very interesting. We are certainly addressing some core philosophies of financial beliefs. But anyways, Burrows, that's his name, Chris Burrows, he argued that the problem is 95% of the trucking industry is chasing 75% of the freight because of COVID-19. And that the president should know real estate agents don't determine the sale price of buildings, and the market in trucking is the same. It's a pretty interesting point. But, you got all this extra work to do, and prices are dropping, and you're putting your life in danger to do trucking? Holy mackerel. That's kind of crazy. Now, I pulled this out. OIDA's talking about truck weight exemptions, and again, what they're saying, as a result, our members have seen freight rates plummet. Got to put those, wait, you want truck weight exemption? It's an interesting argument, isn't it? It is very interesting. You see this on social media all over the place. You know what? Forget it. Stop complaining about all this stuff. If you don't like the rate, don't take it. If it works for you, take it. You see that over and every week. But I still got to share it because it's news. Now, this is interesting. Okay, so this was on a load board, and I guess this guy got 5 vehicles, and he agreed to do 142 miles for $179, but there was nothing about 5 drops until you open the order. Now, that is very interesting. You got to be careful, because it could end up on social media and then industry news. Hey, what about new car rates? On the window sticker, it gives the delivery charges. Where does all that money go? Good question. Here's the answer. That is to cover the total transport charges from factory to rail to truck, everything. So don't be thinking you're going to get the money amount on the sticker. Now, I dropped a video talking about all this broker and rate stuff. I'm dropping a video tomorrow morning. You're the first to know about it. That's one of the perks of tuning in to Auto Transport Intel Tuesday Nights Live. I hope you like this video. It's 1 minute, 20 seconds. You know me. I go from 2-hour shows, dropping a 1 minute, 20-second video. I hope you like it. Please let me know what you think. And you know me. I like to stay not political, but in these times, just like industry news is a lot longer than it ever used to be because of what's going on. And did you see this show, Broker versus Dispatcher? If you have questions about what's going on with brokers and dispatchers and illegal and all this stuff, check out that show. Really proud of it. Really interesting stuff. James Lamb stays very active in investigating unlicensed dispatcher brokers. Man, this conversation gets wild, and now we're into nicknames. Unlicensed brokers calling themselves dispatchers. It's wild, man. It's wild, I'm telling you. I never knew about any of that when I was a dispatcher. I just was dispatching. I thought it was a job. Hey, need a Hail Mary. This guy says, need a Hail Mary, $3.75 per load from Scranton, PA to Florida, Georgia today. I owe you big time, sweet old lady. Well, guess what people said? That's why you don't take cheap freight. Because I tell you, my instinct was that, oh, you took a better load and you need to, and the guy's like, never promise. I had a guy tell me that one time. Hey, I'll owe you big time. Makes up, okay. Wow. Harsh. Aha! Bait and switch. I canceled it, he says. And I'll make sure I run my rates through Facebook from now on. Oh, that's great. That's funny. Hey. You can read that. Okay. Montway Auto. Hello. Central Dispatch. Da-da-da-da-da. Ship.cars. Blah, 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 blah. Book it, book it, book it. Is it news? I don't know. But I shared it. And hey, I did want to share this too. I've posted this on Facebook, and I want to say this, and no hard feelings anywhere. But I point this out because in this industry, and this is another reason why I think Auto Transport Intel is important, is that there is a lot of division. It's very fragmented. When you talk carrier to broker to dealer to shipper, just a lot of hurt feelings, misunderstandings, and frankly, those capitalistic low rates are killing carriers and their businesses. So, I think it's important that we try to address the elephants in the room and try to clear things out. And I appreciate ACERTUS for, again, participating and trying to be helpful. And, let's bring this ecosystem together. So thank you, ACERTUS. I appreciate it. And this is another ACERTUS message that was on LinkedIn. Because you know what? If you are trying to service a really large client, yeah, you're going to grow into a big organization. That's how everything works. Malls are big places containing many stores. Don't get mad at the mall for being big. All right. Hey, this would be a good time to clean yourself and your truck and go talk to dealers. I thought this was great because Ty and I talk about this all the time. And it seems that some people don't like it. Stop telling me how to grow my business. I want to, I don't know. I really don't know. But there are many things that you have to do when faced with change. The world is full of change right now. I don't know. Get on board or I don't know. But anyways, Brian Pepson, he gives a big thanks to Tony Damiano for seeing the great value of a local carrier like Pepson Auto Transport. We're looking forward to helping you with your transportation needs in the future. See, this is what we talk about when we say, thanks, Gary. I see that. And I tell you what, share it. Let people know what you think. That's what it's going to take. There is no way to hide, man. You know what? That's so interesting. We talk about transparency in so many other places, but can we do transparency in our own backyard? I don't know. Can we? Social media. Pepson Auto Transport on social media, saying thanks, growing his business. That's awesome. And look how many people liked it and commented. Good for you, Brian. Brian's been on the show before. Here's another one, Brian. Pepson Auto Transport making daily trips to Manheim, Pennsylvania auto auction. These are examples of what you can do. If you're not on social media sharing the good news of your business, do it. If you don't have good news, try to take some of our advice, create some good news, and share it on social media. Grow your business. That's where business is right now. That was the whole point of that. And we got a whole section talking about it on Auto Transport Intel on YouTube, video after video after video. I know, man. I just made that 5 steps to networking success. Boy, will we ever see people in person again? I sure hope so. This is pretty cool, so I shared it. If you've got something you want to, send it to me. autotransportintel@gmail.com. I'll share it. I know, it's not a standard car hauler, but you know what? You gotta hustle. Gotta make that dollar. And that's what we talk about on Dispatching Live on noon on Thursday. It's every other Thursday, so we just had one last Thursday. There won't be one this week. We did this. Oh, can you fit this? Can you fit a bread truck? Hey, just started my car hauling business. Saw this on Facebook. Hey, Craig, do me a favor. Think 15 minutes. 15 minutes till Craig. 15 minutes till Craig, everybody. Hey, so he just started his car hauling business. Posted on Facebook. You know how dangerous that is to post on Facebook that you just started your car hauling business? This guy says, good luck. This guy says, all right, you buy your equipment, you come to Facebook to get your work. That is crazy. And that's the thing too, is that we're talking about, there is a lot of advice on YouTube now. I'll tell you what, if you're starting a car hauling business, don't tell Facebook. Go to YouTube. That's where you start. Go to Facebook once you have some good news. But on Facebook, they just seem to rag. It's a rag and tag. Hey, by the way, Jason posted this. This is attention car hauler. You got a 5 car. You're from Maryland. You had either a F450 or F550. You stopped to look at the damage, and you were told by another driver that our office was across the street, just going across the street. But your response, you headed right over, you left the scene, and wherever you're going. And by the way, you tore your hydraulic lines on the bumper and the fender. Stafford County Police have also been notified. Will be waiting for your information. So if you're watching the show right now, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Let's see. Oh, Minnesotans lose thousands in auto dealer shipper scam. Just be careful. Don't wire money. This is why I tell everybody, stop Googling cheap car shipping. Stop Googling cheap car shipping. I'll wire the money now. Don't do it, man. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Hey, use some tie downs. MCCD officer found this vehicle in an enclosed trailer with no load securements. Never promise. Took me 20 minutes to find 3 cars in Manheim, Dallas. Took me 4 hours at Manheim, Denver. Interesting. Somebody tell Manheim. By the way, here's some Manheim Auto Auction protocol. Online health assessment survey is being required before you're allowed on the lot. If a temperature check is not administered, a face covering is required. Bring your own face covering. Just letting you know, this is what it's on the Ready Logistics website, but I don't know, do you find out when do you find out? You find out on Auto Transport Intel. You got to put in your name, your state, zip, etc. Ooh, Ride Clean. Speaking of cleanliness, Ride Clean, I really want to see if I can get Ride Clean on the show. I've got a meeting with them. They said they can treat vehicles EPA-approved hospital-grade disinfectant called Detrapel. Kills 99.9% of bacteria, including coronavirus, and has upgraded service so that it cleans soft surfaces. So, you know, this is a Cox Automotive company, Ride Clean. And this is the kind of news we want to get to, right? This is the kind of news, 3 months ago, we were talking EV and whatnot. We got way, way off track. I would love to see in another 3 months if we can get back. Can we get back on track? Please, can we all go back to our, some form of life? Hey, QuickPage has one job. So, did you see this show? Last Tuesday night, QuickPage, customer video app. Seriously, you've got customers. Everybody has people they're talking to, customer base, growing their business. Use QuickPage video app. What a great way to communicate in real time. Now, Dan Oliveri, he's going to be my interview. That's next Tuesday night. What are we going to be talking about with Dan? Dan likes to talk about abusive tow. Real-life tow bills that'll kill you. Yeah, and he's been putting some video on LinkedIn lately. The reason why the tow industry inflates their bills. This is going to be really interesting. That's next Tuesday night. Abusive Tow with Dan Olivieri. And in 2 weeks, we're going to do auto transport intel and auto conversion. What is he talking about? I'll tell you more about it. But I'll tell you, here's what's cool. So this is auto conversion. That's Ryan on the right side there. That's Ryan. So there's me and Ryan. I am now co-hosting with Ryan on Wednesday afternoons. The AC Mobility Transportation show. And so we just did our first one. I've been on his show several times, but now every Wednesday I'll be co-hosting with Ryan on Wednesday afternoons. And so let's see here. Where is the link for that? Okay, this is actually, if you go to autoconversion.net, and it is the MTC. I need to find a better way to plug this. Anyways, we'll plug it better in the future. No problem. I know everybody's, oh, you know what? Here's what I was going to do. Check this out. Here's what I can do. Let's do copy. Let's do paste. Yeah, join the show tomorrow. Please check it out. I just put the link in the live chat. You know, why not? Shameless, Jay. Shameless. It's the Car Shipping Business Channel. That was another long industry news. Hey, what's up, Mike Niekoff? Welcome to Auto Transport Intel. Thanks for joining us today. All right, I'm going to go into the information superhighway. I'm going to try to make it quick. I'm sorry the industry news was so long, but I had a lot to say, and I'm talking as fast as I can. It's crazy. Hey, I'm going to be right back. Stick around.
Hey guys, Ty, CTS Business Coaching. I connect dealers, auctions, and carriers. If you're a dealer and you're not getting your inventory on the lot in 5 days ready to sell, you've got a problem. It's called interest. Like I'm telling you something you don't know. Give me a call. I can connect you with an auction and a carrier, and you can get your cars on the lot in 5 days or less. 417-483-2764. Thanks and have a great day.
Whoa. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you know what I was just doing? I was just checking Facebook, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in on Facebook. Looking really good. Views are doing great tonight, and I'll tell you what. You know what? I know why. It's because of ACERTUS. People want to know more about ACERTUS. ACERTUS wants to celebrate as a company. They're doing a lot. They're growing and building, and so thank you, ACERTUS, for being a part of the show tonight.
Hey guys, Ty.
Whoa, hey Jay, what's going on? We are definitely live. That's how you know. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Real quick. Okay, here's what you do. You go to Auto Transport Intel on YouTube. You type in, what do you type in? Auto Transport Software Update, okay? Type in Auto Transport Software Update. Let's go ahead and make that larger, okay? And you know what? Guess what you're going to find? Yep, you're going to find me. You're going to find me and Auto Transport Software Update videos. Click on this one. This is the Auto Transport Software Update Q4 2019. And go ahead and then just do like everybody else does and skip the ad. Okay. So here is the video. Now, I did this. This is from October 2019. So this is like 6 months ago. Okay. And the point of doing this video is what I did, in fact, here. I'm going to show you. Go in the description, and do this on all my videos. Go into the description and scroll down, because this is where the magic happens. I mean, there's great stuff on video, but down below are links and information. And here, again, in this video, Auto Transport Software Update Q4 2019, and I'm going to put the link in the live chat. There's the link. In the description, you will find the most comprehensive list of car hauling software anywhere. I promise you, nowhere else on the internet or the planet will you find such a comprehensive list of auto transport software. And it just so happens down here in the middle of the list is Vehicall. Now, at the time I made this video, I did not know much about Vehicall. I do know a lot about auto transport software, but I had not had the chance to get a Vehicall demo and the information that goes with it. And that's why I'm excited tonight to bring on Craig Clayton. He is the VP of IT at ACERTUS. And he is not only going to give me the interview, man, I'm right on time too. It's 8:44. I made it. He's going to give an interview, and then he's going to give us a pretty extensive demo. And I don't know if such a demo exists on the internet right now. But if it does not, then this is your chance to learn more about Vehicall. Because what it comes down to is, we hear, well, there's that app, and this, and the load board and all this stuff. But it comes down to, you know what? I know on my phone, I've got pages of apps. And it doesn't bother me at all because a lot of them are good. So is it that there's too many apps? Or is it that you don't like the apps? Or maybe you haven't learned the inside and out of the app. So we're going to do that tonight. That's what's going to happen. I'm excited. Craig, get your Zoom meeting ready because I'm going to invite you here in a minute. We're going to see, we've got an ACERTUS promo, a Vehicall promo. I promise you it'll go quick. But while we're waiting for Craig to join me in the Zoom video meeting, check this out. You already know ACERTUS is a big company. They do a lot. But here, catch some finer points of the details. And we're going to be right back with Craig.
Introducing VehicHaul, helping drivers on the road and dispatchers in the office swap paper for productivity. Our easy-to-use ePOD app and secure cloud-based TMS allow you to simply and securely manage vehicle transport in one innovative system. Enjoy fixed monthly pricing to ship unlimited VINs, easy data entry for faster payment, and seamless integration with existing systems. Simplify, integrate, track, Vehicall.
Okay, perfect timing because I just heard the doorbell and there's Craig. Craig is live with us on Auto Transport Intel. Craig, can you see me and hear me okay? Okay, and this is normal. He's double checking his settings, and then while I'll do bang, I'm going to take this opportunity to throw up a couple graphics here, and we're standing by. And oh, Craig, you got it?
I got it.
All right. Hey, man, thank you so much for joining me tonight. By the way, I'm checking my audio levels, checking your audio levels. Craig, welcome to Auto Transport Intel Tuesday Nights Live. Thanks for joining us tonight.
It's on, Jay.
Hey, man.
Oh,
All
excited to be here.
Yeah, man, this is exciting. So are you ready to, hey, before you lift the hood and show us all the parts, please, for anybody that doesn't know who you are, please do say hello to the audience and tell us what you do.
All right, sure. So, 2012, 2013, I joined with Metrogistics at the time. I was the IT guy, and we were a much smaller company. I was like employee 16, but we built a lot of really cool technology. We built, some awesome load boards, some really cool customer-facing software, and from there, our company's grown and been part of that team since then. And now we're ACERTUS, which is really exciting. And ACERTUS is it's different because it's more of it's many companies that are kind of branded as ACERTUS, but
Right.
Vehicall is one piece of that. And my role is pretty much exclusively changed to being part of Vehicall and managing and running Vehicall, and really growing that. It was a strategic acquisition we made, in late 2018, early 2019, and so really excited to tell you all about it and answer any questions and show you a demo and everything else.
Awesome. So, 2012. That's wild, isn't it? Like, you say 2012, and I mean that was
more like 2013. I'm trying to think when it was. 2013.
But
Yeah.
what's great is that that's around the same time that I started dispatching. Okay, so I mean, and that seems like a long, long time ago, doesn't it?
Right.
2012, 2013.
Yeah.
It's like the 80s, right? Like the good old days. But I mean, a lot has changed since then, and that's what's exciting to talk about car hauling software in 2020 versus, you said, now you guys were working on car hauling software in 2012, 2013?
Right. We were one of the first people that had a mobile app at the time.
You were.
Yeah. And, when you go back and look at that, it's how much it's progressed and what's changed about it. It's crazy. It's just nuts.
Exactly. I mean, then it was a few buttons, pick up a load, do an inspection, maybe something like that, right? Am I close?
I mean,
And now, I mean, we're talking complex trip building, financial reports, driver pay, taxes, lots of photos. In fact, that's one of the things where I see excitement is the robust solutions as we move forward, because we're getting into, as a car buyer, they're looking at 360 spin photos and stuff.
right?
There's going to be a point where the auto transport software integrates with a lot of this consumer facing information,
Yeah,
right?
And
Because car home
it's-
delivery.
right. And to be honest, I think it's super important for the carrier because it's all that video technology and the picture technology helps them if there are in situations where you have damages or claims or anything like that. It helps them with their business as well. So
Yeah, it does. Well, it does. And I mean, and that's the thing is that, like, what's cool is some of the interviews I've had lately. I had Aaron Meyer of Dealer Specialties, and he's talking about car buying sight unseen. And so what we're seeing is, I feel like a lot of the automotive industry and information, I think, is coming around more towards the shipping side. Because, right, as everything's happening online, I mean, obviously you can't deliver a car without physically being there. But where
Right.
the physical world meets the digital world, we need great software. It's not just like a backup or something you can do. I mean, I don't actually think, if you're a car hauler in 5 years and you're growing a business, and that's one of the things I think it's important to focus on. Listen, if you're a company driver and you drive a 9 car and you're used to doing, you work for your boss and he knows you and you know him and you're just doing the chicken scratches, I'm not saying your life is changing. It may or may not. They may make you use an app at some point. They probably want you to at least take photos. And unless you have a Polaroid and a stapler, I'm not exactly sure how you get the photos attached to the vehicle inspection.
And-
But I mean, we know that logistics is getting more and more digital all the time. That you've got geofencing. You talk about geofencing too, right?
right. So I think that we just have to accept as an industry that the game is changing. And I'm going to throw out some software that's out there today. Like, I see Freight Verify coming in.
Yes.
Some of the things they're making, the
Global.
changes, the OEMs that are using software like that, and those platforms. If carriers don't find a software package and use them, then they're going to be stuck. So that's one of the reasons with Vehicall, we want to make sure that we create a usable package that really gives them all the features they need to be successful with their job, and it makes it easy for them to use.
Well, and that's okay. So at the core, right? Because you have whenever you have any product, right? You're looking at, okay, what are some of our core benefits? And it seems like one of them is that you want to make sure that this vehicle is compatible for everybody, right? This is would you call it a third party type
Right.
software? Tell me more about that.
Let me jump into let me kind of
Yeah.
dump my mind here.
No, and that's
So-
one of my jobs is to get you jump started. That's why I have such a long show.
So stepping back,
Yeah.
everyone wanted to create their own app, right?
Yes.
And what happened is you're asking especially in the broker world, you're asking all these carriers to have your app installed. You're having to register to get the app. Some people's apps were incredibly complex. Some people's apps were super easy to use. They were all different. And it was a mess. And so now what I've realized, and what I think that what's gonna change the industry is there's actually starting to be platforms developed that have TMSs and like these ePOD apps built into them, like what we have.
Yes.
And when these carriers start using those tools, we're now going to be able to start creating these integration layers that did not exist before, because everything was in their own little world. Everybody was siloed.
Yes.
Now we're getting into this integration point. And so that's why it's important to pick a partner, like somebody that you want to ride with that's going to help you get to that next level. I think that, yeah, and maybe I'm jumping ahead of myself, but I just want to
jump. We're going to jump around. We got an hour. We're going to be hanging out.
I look at so I'm a nerd. I'm a technologist.
Me too.
I mean, I do Bitcoin. I like,
yeah, I want to. I
mess with all that, right? So when I look at the industry, it's evolving and getting a lot better than it was. But when I looked at it before, everything was like pick up a phone, making a phone call, trying to negotiate a rate, sending things over with faxes and paper bill lading. Like, it blows my mind that there's still people that are able to operate like that. And what's going to happen and what is happening is everything's going to these, like I was talking about, these integrations and these connectivities. So order data can be sent back and forth. Real-time statuses can happen. So whenever events occur, so like when you cross into the state of Kentucky, then like notifications and things can happen. So you can like alert your customer that, hey, we're 3 hours out and 62 miles away or whatever. That wasn't possible 10 years ago, and now it is. And
no, it was a phone ringing that nobody answered.
Right.
Is what it was.
And
That was me, the dispatcher sitting there going, I'm trying to book cars. And my phone's ringing and it's people just asking for updates. It was terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
Yeah. And we have to get to where that's not the world we live in. Carriers, for them to be able to make good money, they need to be efficient, and these integration layers are going to help them be able to be efficient and grow their business.
Yes. Well, and so that's part of the thing is that that's why I like talking about the software, because I know it and I've used it and I've seen it, and I also know a lot of people are passionate about it, whereas many carriers just feel like it's a big old pain, and I want to help. I want to help deliver the news. Well, okay, it's a pain, and learning anything new is a pain. One of my favorite stories, real quick, is that I went to a dealership, and the guy was buying cars online using a digital auction software. Right. And I said, hey, if there was a carrier software to help you interact with carriers better, are you interested? He's like, nah, I'm used to the old way. I don't have time to check into that stuff, and I don't know how great it is. And I'm thinking, well, you're using this digital auction software. Learning anything, that period of time can be a little painful. But once you realize how it improves your life and makes things more efficient, that's what it's all about, right? And so, yeah, if you can stop the phone calls, stop the madness, and your customer automatically knows from that geofence in Kentucky, where, that you just crossed over the state.
Into the state, whatever.
Now they know, everybody knows. That's a lot less phone calls. We can get back to the kids' musical. You're not standing in the hallway with the phone. Yeah, he's going to be there. We've all been through that. And that's the point. That is part of the goal. And that's why I'm excited about. Like, geofencing actually is kind of freaky when you first hear it. When you first hear geofencing, it's a little bit like it feels intrusive. But it's actually, stop thinking about it. It's very helpful. GPS tracking.
It's crazy. Like little. So I'll tell you a quick story. So some of tracking and building geofences and then throwing in GPS data into it, right? You can do it through a relational database, which I'm not going to get nerdy to, right? But there's special software that runs that can watch that to happen, and places that use it that you'd never even thought of, like Disney World, for an example. So they have GPS tags on every outfit. So Mickey Mouse, they all have their tags. They have their entire park geofenced, so that because these characters move throughout the park, as they move around, when they cross into geofences, it alerts other characters to move, so that they can never have two of the same characters at the same place.
Amazing.
Never see two Mickey Mouses, right?
Right.
So
those
events, like when you cross into the new geofence and that software alerts or create some kind of event that happens, it's super exciting what you can do with that.
You know, I love that you said, I love that you gave that example, because we all know what that does and doesn't look like. You know, yeah, you got two Mickey Mouses, awkward. So let's translate it to car shipping. Let's bring it home. Tell me how, because I mean, I can come up with ideas, but tell me how you see something like that helping carriers, because I like to talk about how the technology helps carriers.
Sure. So everybody wants real-time tracking. Like, that is, like, all customers want to know exactly where the car is. Here's the problem. The problem is, if you're a carrier, you may have 3 different customers that you're hauling freight for, 3 different cars. Let's say you have 3 different cars. And the customer is watching the dot on the map, right? Tracking where you are.
Yeah.
But when you veer off, they think you're like right next door. You're getting ready to drop off their car. But when you start veering off to go to another dealership to drop that first car off that's not theirs,
yeah,
that's whenever they start getting upset. They are expecting, they're watching this real-time data, and they think that you're going to drop it off at their house, and you're not. You're going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So geofencing and some of this new technology allows you to aggregate all the data and then give just enough so that they're informed, but at the same time, you're not giving them the exact location where you are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm with you. So, right, they know you're in the city of Houston, but they don't know what street you're on.
Exactly.
Which actually benefits the carrier.
Right, and because what they think they want is they want to know exactly where their car is.
Yes.
But you as the carrier you want them to know that you've entered the city, or you're in the state, or you're within 100 miles, but you don't really want them to track you exactly where you are. And so geofencing allows you, when people cross into these fences, you can update the status and say, hey, we're close to you, and it could give a status update. Plus, the software can be smart enough to know how many stops you have, so it can control that message. So it's not just giving the coordinate. It could say, like, you may be 10 minutes from their house, but it's going to be 3 hours before you're actually able to drop it off, because you have 3 or 4 other drops to do.
Right, exactly. And you don't need to be on the phone talking them through the minutia of explaining. No, and nobody needs that. Right, and that, in fact, it's, you know what, that's helpful, because a carrier wants to know that if they are hooked up and there's GPS and whatnot, that they're not going to get hassled, right? That it's helpful without that hassle. I love that, man. That's cool. And it's interesting you talked about Freight Verify. I've talked with them as well. And yeah, global, new car, OEM, logistics, and they talk geofence and all that stuff. I mean, it's a huge part of when you're dealing with, right, trucking, where trucking meets rail and ocean vessel and plants, and I mean, and that's the level. That's the level your head is at, right?
Yeah, and as a nerd, like, I've written a lot of integrations to all these. Like, so pretty much every OEM had their own partner, and so you have to write an integration to be able to connect with them.
Yeah.
And nobody was doing it right. And so you have a partner come along like Freight Verify and Ford, Chrysler. I mean, all these guys are jumping on that bandwagon. Awesome. And so it makes it really easy for people to be able to connect up. Plus, it's good technology. It's really exciting stuff.
And that's another part of, I put it in, I think it's in the if you read the scroll at the bottom of the screen for you guys out there in TV land, and you see the scroll and it's moving across the screen, there's lots of great information in there. But there's also, I was putting in how Vehicall, you stay focused on new cars and used cars, so that way, no matter what form of auto transport you're involved in, because a lot of times when Ty and I get talking about something specific, we're in used cars for a long period of time, and there are plenty of car hauling companies that are focused on OEM and not used, and right. You're saying that Vehicall covers both, right?
Right. Yes.
And that's really important. Right.
And so I kind of look at, there's like 3 different segments. You've got your really big carriers that have a lot of trucks, right?
Right.
And they're the usual suspects that everybody hates on the Facebook, right?
Right.
Then you have your middle, like, and I honestly think a lot of the small, like you have these small carriers. These are the guys that have a couple trucks. They're trying to grow their business. They're hustlers.
There's
You know,
thousands of those guys.
as an entrepreneur, I like look at them and I'm thinking, and they're a majority of the interest or industry.
Yes.
So they're the group that excites.
And they're
me.
an important part of car home delivery.
Oh, they're super important. And then you kind of have the middle tier, and a lot of the smaller guys look up and they want to become the middle tier. They're the ones that are buying, have 20 trucks, and they're growing their business. They're making a lot of good money. So Vehicall really was built around that middle tier. When we made the acquisition, it was a lot of the customer base that Vehicall had was people that were doing a lot of EDI type transactions. Larger, not massive carriers, but like they were larger groups. And the software, and you'll see it even when we go through it, it's kind of tailored toward helping carriers of that size. And one of the things that I personally feel like the biggest hole in the industry is a lot of the smaller guys can't afford to buy into software like that, and there needs to be a solution for them. And that's where we'll get with Vehicall, right? So we're going to take this tool that has worked really well, helped a lot of companies grow and become very successful. A lot of the carriers that are using our software, just some of the success stories are insane. But to help the small guys give them the advantage that a lot of those medium and large size companies have, give them that advantage with software. And we want to do it for free. Like Vehicall has charged. So we were charging. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense anymore. And so ACERTUS is like, God bless them. They're setting, I'm part of ACERTUS, but they're setting in a different place. What they really benefit from is having carriers that are using tools like Vehicall so that they can get status updates quickly, so that they can, the carriers are able to notify them faster that loads have been picked up and are delivered. And honestly, ACERTUS would benefit from being able to pay people quicker and be able to get all that information back and forth. So Vehicall as a whole is not built around, like when we talk about Vehicall, I am trying to build a platform that serves the carriers and helps them grow their business. I'm not so much worried about like what we can do for ACERTUS, but I'm more worried about what I can do to help them become successful. When they become successful, people like ACERTUS and other brokers and even the customers of people that are using Vehicall are going to benefit from that, and it helps the industry as a whole. So a lot of the software packages out there today, Super Dispatch and Superflow System, they're all built around trying to help that carrier become successful. And they're making anybody that uses those software packages, Vehicall, Superflow, Super Dispatch, any of them, more successful than somebody that's doing paper transactions.
And that's another reason why I'm excited to talk about various software, right? We know there are several solutions. We also know that there are many carriers still either looking for a solution, they're not sure about the pricing, they're not sure about the way it works, they're not sure about some of the features. I mean, that must be, my guess, that's a majority of the marketplace.
I would believe that. And I think that it's a lot of those smaller 1, 2, 3 truck mom and pops. They're out there hustling every day. Those are the people that don't want to spend the money because it's expensive. Software is expensive.
Yeah.
And it's hard to justify at first when you're first starting out. I'm looking at prices of used trucks just online for prepping for our demo today. And I was like, man, if you go through and you start trying to start your own business, you buy your own assets. Yeah, it would be difficult to pay for software. So
it would be.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Vehicall, it was expensive. It's not as expensive as some of the other platforms that are out there. It was. But by us allowing it to become a free product and really tailoring it down, making it just keep it simple, the KISS methodology, I think we're going to be able to really help out these small guys.
And I want to say this too, is that so the Vehicall software didn't just start.
No,
It was
it's
right.
an evolution. Like we're evolving it as we speak right now.
Right.
And it's still, when you look at it today, like when we go through it today, you're going to see some things that have changed. It's still probably a little complicated for some of the newer, smaller carriers. It's got some features and workflow components that they don't need yet. But we're building like an entire front end to it for the smaller guys that they're like, a really good example is one of the things I hear all the time. People want to be able to find loads.
Yes.
So when you
that
integrate
is
that,
number one.
that's
actually.
number one, right? Big guys, middle tier carriers, not as much interested. That it's nice for a backhaul or whatever.
Right.
They've got their contracted lanes, they've got their dedicated customers. They're not as worried. But like the small guys are looking for loads every single day.
So
why do I want to leave my dispatching software, go to a load board, some website, search, try to find something, make phone calls, all that nonsense? Why wouldn't I want to just like click a button, import it in, and get started? And that's where we're at now. And it's not perfect, but we're getting there, where the smaller guys are going to be able to compete with the middle and large because they're going to be able to have that same technology that other people have today.
And really, that kind of shop and click for loads is in its infancy.
Oh, yeah.
I would say, I mean, we're about 1 year into people working on it, offering it, about 1 year. It's what's so exciting about the car shipping industry. Many other industries, like I was thinking about this. I think the first time I got a photo after the Amazon delivered to the doorstep, I thought, man, they're way ahead of car shipping. And in fact, I thought if Amazon looks at car shipping, they're going to put everybody out of business.
Right. I bought like a $3 thing. I don't remember what it was. And I got a picture and it was like, oh, we're 8 stops away. Like I was getting text messages.
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, if I had bought a $40,000 brand new car, I couldn't tell what state it was in. You know, it's crazy that I can know for $3. And we're getting there though.
And that's what's so, and it's important to talk about that stuff. And that's another reason I'm not talking about it just to, have a few laughs. I mean, we're headed there at the speed of light because car buyers expect that. If they can get a monitor mount and it's 5 stops away. I totally agree with what you said.
So have you searched and purchased a car online? I'm just curious.
Searched what?
Like, have you searched and purchased a car online? And
I have not. No, personally, I have not.
Haven't got there yet?
No.
So I've done that.
I have a stinking YouTube channel. I need
to. It can be a used car. Yeah. So, I mean, I've done that.
Cool.
It's the model.
Now, did you use a major company or did you?
Well, I had somebody transported that I knew, but
okay,
obviously,
I got you.
Right. But I was using some of these major sites to find the best.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was doing, right?
Yeah. And
I had a specific make model in mind.
Exactly. I mean, the amount of research you're able to do is insane.
And I'm like in that cusp where I'm like right on the line. I don't know if I'm a millennial or not, but
I don't know.
Like the millennial, like that's what we want to do. We want to buy cars online. We want to I know exactly that I want this red, GMC Yukon, whatever, and I want to find the best deal, and I want to know that it's like in good condition, and so the transportation game is super important in that, and providing that delivery, and the service has seen that, and that's one thing they've been really doing so
far. I'll tell you what. So, and I wanted to point out a few of those things so that when we're looking at the software, I want to say this is that I think that to be a car hauling software designer, what car shipping software, auto transport software, as a designer, some of the challenges that I think you deal with regularly, once you've figured out where you're going to stand on pricing, is that you've got the mobile app, you've got the dashboard, you've got the owner-operator, the mid-sized company. You've got some carriers that demand certain features. Other ones aren't going to worry about that. Some drivers are never going to get into other parts of the dashboard. Juggling all the different types of users and what they each demand and consider needs to be front and center. And we haven't even mentioned back office like accounting or like, a payroll manager, the things that are important to them, the reports and the driver pages. That trying to juggle all of those features, functionality, fixing the bugs every time you add a feature, that seems like the really, really hard part.
Yep.
I
And
mean,
that's,
I think I just summed up your nightmare.
yeah. I'm going to need you to explain that to other people whenever I'm behind.
Well, see, I really do understand auto transport software as a user. I'm not a coder. I'm not a back-end guy. I couldn't build it. But
Yeah,
I know as a user and a talker, I know there's a lot to it.
It's technology is evolving. I mean, the amount of things that are out there today, it's just gotten crazy. So what you build today, tomorrow is going to be old news. Like, I remember just having an ePOD app was a big deal. So like now it's like, if you don't, what kind of software do you have,
Well, and the race is on. That's right. In 2012, 2013, you could sketch it out and do whatever. But now, the race is on, especially with what's happened in the past couple months.
Yeah.
But you're in a good position. You're in a good position.
And that's one of the things that I feel like we're developing ourselves, like Vehicall is developing itself to be able to support small guys, people that are just starting out, people that are looking to get into that software game. We can help them become successful. And if you grow into the middle tier, we're able to support you.
And that's
if you get to a point where you're building your own software, awesome. But my goal is to make it so that you would never want to do that, because to try to make those integrations and the connectivity, we won't. There's enough homegrown systems out there. We don't need that.
That's true. So all right, let's do this, man. I think we've done a lot. This has been really good. And you know what's cool? You and I appreciate that you just kind of let me guide it. We talked a little bit of format and structure, but there's no way we can plan this out. We don't have a script, but I really feel like we gave a good introduction for what we're about to go to next. So do you want to fire up the demo? What do you want to do here?
Yeah, we can do that.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to talk while Craig is setting up. The plan is that Craig is going to he's going to share his desktop screen, laptop desktop screen, and also bring up the mobile app on an interface to show the two side by side. And that takes a second to set up, but I think that's the plan. And I know I've missed a lot of live chat. You guys, listen, being active in the live chat, I appreciate it. Wiping the chicken grease off the paperwork, that's always a good thing. I think there's an app for that called Chicken Wipe. And you download it, and then it takes the grease right off. It's like a late night infomercial. Go ahead.
So I want to quickly just cover kind of where we are and and share some links.
Okay.
So Vehicall was written, it was a very boutique-y software. It was like really customizable and built around these carriers making a phone call into us, telling us what they want, us setting up and it's not scalable that way. So we've created a registration process, and we've really focused on trying to make it so that people, when they sign up, can quickly learn how to use the software without having a lot of
get like a quick tutorial.
Yeah, like just tutorials.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. But quick.
Nobody sat down and taught you how to use Facebook, right? So we want to make it so that it's a super easy software.
Step, go.
Right. So what I want to do, we're going to be pushing that out very soon, the registration process. Right now, we're in kind of a beta stage where we are pushing out our owner-operator, smaller size carrier software. And we are, right now, I'm trying to collect anybody that's interested in joining us and helping us, going through and using that. So I'm going to send the link out. I'm going to show you.
Yeah, great. I want to see that. Yeah. So, hey, great. There's a link and information coming out in the live chat here shortly. that if you are interested in being a part of, I mean, I'm going to say beta test, but it's more than that. But yeah, being a part of it, getting in early, learning, signing up. That we're going to have a link here in the live chat.
All right.
And
I figure out how to share. 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm
no, go. You're fine. That's why I was talking.
all excited, like talking, and I'm not doing my job.
I know how it is. All right, keep doing that because I want to say this. Listen, if you are in the live chat, if you're a carrier and there's an app that you use, but there's a feature that you don't have, there's something you're looking for a feature to be improved, you have a wish list, if you have a, somewhere in the back end, you have those 3 things you wish your app would do, please put it in the live chat. If you're not live right now, please put it in the comments below, because we really do want to know, like, what are those things that you wish your app would do, or that you wish your app would do better, or that you wish your app, didn't have or did have, or those things, because that's one of the benefits of being live and engaging and interacting. So what do we got here, Craig?
So this would be the launch.vehicall.com, and this is where we're going to collect that information, and then we'll be able to set up the account with them. So they'll get a link to go through and be able to do the process that I'm walking through today. Okay. And then relatively shortly, we're going to be pushing this all out on VehicHaul.com so that you'll be able to just log in and create your own account automatically and go through the process.
Cool. And I just shared the link, and I found the URL. I opened a tab, found the URL, shared the link in the live chat. So you can click that. You can click the link I just shared and put in your company name, contact name, email address, phone number, hit submit. And yeah, man.
So cool. Let's just kind of walk through setting up account.
All right, cool. Oh, and let me move this here, make that nice. Okay.
So
okay,
I'm
cool.
I'm faking some things here, and that's why I'm not just putting a registration link out there, because I want to make sure that like this is a fake MC number, but just to get us so I can create an account, because I'm not actually a carrier here.
Love it. Love it.
So what you'll do is you'll go through and you're going to fill out this carrier sign-up form, and that MC number is going to put you in, and the fictitious carrier is called Ultimate Vehicle Transport LLC. There is 2 people that work there. The owner is Craig and his employee John, and so we're just going to kind of walk through if they were to go buy a truck today and start using the software, how it would work. So they'll fill out this form, super simple. We pre-populate it using any kind of FMCSA data that's out there and make it available. And I'm going to just change this so it's
cool.
But basically it's the carrier's name. We're going to get their email address.
Cool. So we're just setting up carrier registration, contact info. Listen, if you're just joining us now, we're going into the Vehicall demo. Now, right now, we're on the... Is this the same if you're on a mobile app or on your computer?
It's all mobile. Like, I am big into mobile first design. So if you set any of this up, it's gonna work.
Awesome.
On a iPhone, Android, or whatever, it's gonna work.
Sweet.
Great. So basically, you fill out the information. There's not much. You just basically put in the primary contact, first name, last name, change phone number. I'm doing that just so we can get through the system. And then you'll hit continue, and it will create a new account for us. And so then I'm going to pull up a Gmail account for Craig at ultimatevehicletransport.com, which is I think it's a cool name for a carrier.
That is a cool name. That is a cool.
I was excited I was able to buy the domain. I was like, oh, that's great.
And I will say this is that, oh, great. Thanks for joining, Joseph. We just started the Vehicall demo. He's just creating an account. And, it is no small feat to do a live demo, right?
Yeah.
So just a reminder, this is...
As a software guy, this is how you get fired. So you never do these.
Right.
But You know,
Right. You won't
ask
see a
for it, I'm
live
gonna give
demo on many places.
no.
No.
So
So thank
basically,
you.
you get a welcome email, and you're going to get it creates a password for you, and so you got to set that up. So
Cool.
this is going to go through. We're going to create this account, and I'm going to type everything correctly. Hopefully, I want people making fun of me.
So, and that's the thing is, I mean, we're showing how easy it is to get set up, and then
Yep.
we're going to start looking under the hood because,
So when this goes live, that is as quick as it's going to be. Like, and we've already got the whole system up. You can look. You've got your own.
I saw that. You have your own subdomain?
Yep. You got
That's
that all set up,
insane.
ready to go.
Wow.
So
That's cool.
now we're logging in the system.
He said
We're
subdomain.
in.
Cool. Okay, and you're logged in. There's your dashboard. So your
Boom.
dashboard is a URL?
Yeah. So you're
That's
in.
insane, man.
Yeah, so you're in.
Wow.
And this is where it's going to require some setup on your side.
Oh, and here hit
Right.
that control plus a couple times.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. But now, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit a couple
Gotta
more
look-
times.
All right. We got a little ugly here because of it. I'm running a weird
no, we're
resolution,
okay.
but
that way good. Okay, so if you're on a mobile device, he made it bigger so you can see it. But this is a big ugly version. This is the Duplo version of the Lego set.
and I'm running like a monitor that's got ridiculous resolution, so that's part of the problem. So
Right.
most of your normal everyday guys will not be running a resolution like this. So
All right. Cool.
but so what we want to do now is we want to go through and set up. Basically, we've got to add John as a driver. We need to add our trucks into the system, and then we're going to start adding customers and some of their addresses into the
Yes,
system.
that's right.
Then I'll just kind of walk you through the flow, right?
I love it.
So-
I love it.
All right.
Yep. So yeah, we got to add trucks and drivers and customers.
Yep. So we're gonna start. We'll go ahead and we'll do the driver first. So we're gonna add John.
And do me a favor, when you go and sign up at Vehicall, let me know. Let ACERTUS know. Let Vehicall know. You saw it on ATI, and that really helped you get started into the process.
All right. So can't even type.
It's all right.
Excited.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you get created, you can actually have multiple carriers inside the system. So if you do sub hauling, you can do that.
Nice.
You can do that through here.
Okay. And if you're on a mobile device and you press the cell, does it pop up your keyboard kind of thing?
Oh yeah. It should be totally make it just like you're using on a phone to be able to type it in.
That's awesome.
So I'm not gonna fill all this. You don't have a lot of this stuff. You don't have to fill out, but just for time. You can you can track. So you can set up your drivers however you want to set them up. So if John's going to get a percentage of the sale, we can set that up in here. For the demo purposes, I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to set all that stuff on the load level. But if you want to build out sales reps and you want to make it so that your driver are commissioned, you can do that all through the system. It's very customizable.
And hey, how about this? Let's say somebody is loving this, but they got to run. What can they do like later to contact you or somebody to, if they have a question? What's a good contact?
Sure. You can email me at craig@vehicall.com. You can also do support at vehicall.com, and that'll get you in directly with me. And or you can use the support. And we also have on the website, we use this great software intercom, allows you to connect in and talk with people. It's this awesome support tool. So if you want to reach out to somebody, this is the place to do it. We always have somebody available. They'll be able to answer any kind of questions and help you through the process.
That's pretty cool. Like that. Yeah, intercom's awesome.
Yeah. So, you can set up your pay. You can set up if they have expiration dates on when they can, you want to deactivate them, you can do that as well. So
Okay.
we're going to add this driver. John is now a driver. And this is like where we're going to pray that this is where things can get hairy, I think, but we're going to try. I'm going to try to show you the mobile. I've got the John account set up on my mobile phone here so he can check his email and he'll be able to download the Vehicall app from there. So 1 second, let me get this going for us.
Cool. So yeah, so we're still in the beginning stages of signing up as a carrier, and we know that this can be part of the tedious part. This can actually be the barrier. This can be a barrier, and that's why I shared your contact info, because sometimes once we, getting somebody educated on, your product, company, or service, that can take time. But then once they get through the education part, actually implementing and getting signed up can be the next big hurdle. And we want to help people get through those hurdles. So now Craig is pulling up the mobile app that'll be connected to the dashboard. The mobile app is with the driver in the truck. The dashboard is with the administrator in the office. The two obviously connect. And not everybody needs that explanation. However, there's going to be somebody watching this video in a year, and they've never tried car hauling software, and they're going to see this and go, oh, okay, so what's going on here? Oh, okay, so I download the app on the device, and then I sit at the computer. My wife is at the computer. I'm the husband driving the truck on my device. We're that one truck startup company, and we're getting signed up with Vehicall, and we're hoping to grow into a 10 truck company in 5 years, and we're hoping this is the solution for us.
All right, so I'm a little. Well, there it goes. It's working pretty quick now.
Yeah, you're good. Still setting it up. Yeah.
Right. So John got this email, and now all he has to do is he's got to register his mobile device. So it's as simple. He gets the email. He's going to click here to register your mobile device.
Sweet.
It's going to download. If you haven't downloaded the app, it's going to download. I've already got it downloaded, so creates the account on it.
And the dashboard prompted him through the download. Isn't that right?
Yep. So it'll prompt you through. It'll open up the page to download the app, and then you'll go through and you'll download it, and then it drops you right in. And what it automatically creates an account inside of it. So one of the things that I want to kind of so Velocity Carrier is a tool that ACERTUS also has, and it's based off Vehicall. It's really a rebranded skin of Vehicall. And so you can collect, like if you're using Vehicall, you don't even really have to go and use the Velocity Carrier app. You can create an account inside this system and be able to get ACERTUS loads through it. And if you already have Velocity Carrier, you can do, like if you're getting a load that a carrier on Vehicall is giving to you, then you can accept it through here as well. So if you have multiple partners, and so like, I'll just give you some numbers.
And I want to say this, because I asked you about this. You said, so Velocity would be like a dealership using Velocity, and then the carriers delivering for the dealer.
It has all the features, and it's got some special things built into it that makes working with ACERTUS easier. Vehicall it's all built off the same technology. Vehicall is it's built around you using your own TMS as a carrier. You've got trucks, but you can connect to Velocity Carrier through that. So I know that sounds confusing, but if you're using Vehicall, you're good. If you have Velocity Carrier, you don't have the TMS component of Vehicall, but you have the app. So you can, say, because we have carriers on this, and we also have brokers that are using Vehicall to broker out loads, right?
And that's the thing, is that if you have, that's the thing, ACERTUS is an enterprise level company. So you have customers that don't need what's in Vehicall, but they use aspects of Velocity to get their car shipping done.
Yes. it's a multi-pronged approach. We're trying
Right.
to, like, Acertus is trying to offer many different solutions. At the end of the day, everybody benefits because we're using a technology platform to, nobody's using paper. So if you want to use Velocity Carrier, which is, I mean, it's a really nice skinned version of Vehicall. It's got
I've seen it.
cool
It is
features.
it's clean
very
and
clean.
nice. I liked it.
Very clean.
Yeah.
You're doing well. If you're needing to, like, say you're wanting to work with multiple brokers, or you're using, you've got your own clients or your own customers, and you're wanting to use the software like Vehicall, then you can use Vehicall as well. But basically, if you could be a guy that owns a truck, have a Vehicall broker offer you freight or subhauler, and then you would be able to have an account on the system with their, so like we set up uvt.vehicall.com.
Yeah.
UVT is the, like as it's seen on the screen there, that's the organization, that's the account. And so then you could haul freight for UVT.
Right. Okay. Okay, so here's the mobile app interface connected to the dashboard.
Right.
All right. And so
you
now
can see
the
we don't have
driver.
Right. You're, as a driver, John here doesn't have any loads yet. So
Right,
we're gonna go through
right.
and set that up real fast.
All right, cool.
So I'm gonna
Very
move these
cool.
out of the way just so we can. All right. So now we're gonna go in.
And
And
not
we're
to no need to mention that to give an online demo to somebody is hard.
Yeah.
It's challenging.
So we're gonna go in. We're gonna quickly create some equipment just so that we can have it for. I just want to show you guys this. But kind of like I was saying, I was doing some research.
And this is the carrier equipment.
Yep. So
Yep.
now I'm going to create a truck and a trailer for John to drive. Right. So we're going to call this. I hope it's somebody in the chats that's trying to sell it, but I found one online. And I sold a bin on it. So. We're assigning John this truck, and we're going to call it Peterbilt 379. We got the VIN for it, so we can put that in. I can put, I think for the trailer, is $6,900. Yeah, this is Craig. Clayton is the owner. It's a 2000.
And that's the thing is, you told me, I think part of your software, you're keeping in mind like QuickBooks level financial, right? So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's not just about taking loads and like making transactions happen. Like we want this to be the software that you use to manage your entire business.
Yeah.
So notes about the vehicle or your truck. If you're having issues with it, if you've got a fuel card attached to it, if you want to track, we've got the odometer and the weight and all that data, we can put it all into the system as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's nice to have that in an interface because then it's organized. You have it because if you get to the point where you've got an officer that wants to know everything about you and your equipment, it's all in your software. That's pretty helpful.
Right. You can store your insurance information in there. Like if we've got it set so if your insurance hits its expiration date, it sends you a notification, and then you can attach your bin for your trailer in, which I won't go in and put all this stuff, but so we can update that and put it in. So now John's associated to that equipment, and we're back at the dashboard. And so now what we need to do is we're waiting. We get a customer. So we've got our trucks in, we got our driver in. Now we're gonna go in, we're gonna create a customer. Okay. So just like before, we're adding them.
Cool.
Make this as quick as possible.
And even though, entering information the first time is cumbersome and timely, and that's actually good for somebody in the office to do, that when you have repeat customers, having that information autofill, especially as the driver out on the road, it's a huge deal.
Oh, yeah.
But like, let's say you've got to create an order on the fly. you want to hit as few buttons as possible while the desert wind is blowing and the snow is coming and people are yelling and some guy's honking at you to get out of the way, and you don't have time to enter all your customer information. You need as easy as possible.
Right. And so you just have special instructions for your customer. One thing too, if you already have a system or you already have a massive, one of the things I know, I have a couple friends that are farmers, right? Smaller guys, and they do everything in Excel, which I've told them, I'm like, this product, when we get it released, it's going to change the game for them. But they've already got all this data in Excel. So with VehicHaul, you can easily import like all your customers, all the vehicles that you're keeping up on your spreadsheet, all the locations they work through. You can put all that data into the system through an EDI. It's an upload process, but you can put it in.
An EDI is for new cars. And here's a question. Now, I think this is a pretty simple question. I think I know the answer, but can you import orders from PDFs?
Not yet. So that's actually one of the things we're doing though. So that gets into the whole discussion about creating. So, I mean, being honest, that's nobody wants to do that. PDF is not an order format that people want to collect data from. So
right, but that's where we're at today.
All these new systems are built around like JSON technology and being able to share data like that in REST form. So we're going to support large like brokers so you can import their orders into the system.
Exactly.
We're going to support PDF, but we're going to go at them and we're going to say, hey, do you have like an interface where we can make that connectivity and integration happen?
Right, because Nick is asking about API, because that's really your electronic.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's changing. Like, and I'm going to throw one out, and I know that you've worked with them more, like ACV. So how great would it be? I know they built a lot of the format. They've built a lot of that stuff, that data in those formats. So we don't want you to have to retype that customer information in, the load information in. We want to just be able to import it. We don't want to make the process cumbersome. So dealing with PDFs is like it's a hack we have to do today.
Right.
But as the industry evolves and everybody starts getting on board, and especially as these software packages consolidate down, and there's a few that are, the big dogs, there's going to be more standardized formats, and I think everybody wins when that happens.
Importing a PDF is kind of like taking a photograph of a fax.
Yes.
I mean, it's part of the process, but it's not ideal. But yeah, I think API is more of what you're looking at, more of electronic, like lossless duplication.
Right.
Now
you're taking the data and you're throwing it into you're having to OCR the data off of it. And
right.
We all know
OCR.
Yeah. And so you can do that, but it's not a fun process, and it's error prone, and there's always going to be exceptions. And if we can get to where data is passed in a better format, and the industry as a whole will benefit from it.
Absolutely. And here now, John has he's really leapfrogged and jumped into the heart of it. John Larrick is asking, can you do multiple picks and multiple drops?
Sure can.
Right, which is where we talked. It's kind of like advanced trip building, right?
Right. We're getting there.
Yeah.
So I'm slow. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. I mean, that's a great question, John, because I think trip building is one of those areas that gets kind of dicey, right? Especially if you're looking for a software that'll tell you where to load a vehicle and which one to drop off first and all this stuff, and get kind of hairy. All right. So Craig, what are we looking at now?
So now we're adding the inventory. This is what we need to move for the customer. So I'm going to use randomvin.com to get us a couple vehicles here to move.
Cool.
All right. So now we're going to create a Riverside Motor company. We're going to use them as a good example. They're the customer. We're going to create the addresses for them. So that's going to be the 65 Gravelwood Road. Again, when you're starting from scratch, this is like the problem with doing a demo the way we're doing it.
Yeah,
I wanted to show you the whole process, but you don't have any data in the system, so it's like, oh, okay. It's hard.
I know. But it's great. But just, just getting a sense of what it looks like, that's helpful. I mean, that's all part of a demo.
So we just created that address. Oh, where'd you go, Craig? Create the address. All right, so now we're going to set that as the origin because we're going to move a couple cars to the auction here. So destination, we're going to put the date. We're going to use Mannheim just because it's easy for me to copy and paste them.
Heck yeah, Mannheim, good stuff. Although I'm sure that we all have our favorite Mannheim, and then we all have our least favorite.
Yeah, I saw in your segment there that there was
the difference between Mannheim, Dallas, and was
Yeah,
it Mannheim,
Denver.
Denver? Yeah.
right. So, boom. Now we're gonna drop these VINs in. Oh no.
Cool. We got our customer, origin, destination, randomvin.com. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So, as a developer, I mean, I use it all the time. So
that's awesome.
Moving it from Fenton to Mannheim.
Okay.
That's not a super expensive thing, but we're gonna say we're gonna pay $300 to do that. I may be being generous. I'm the nerd. I don't deal with the operation sides of things, so I don't know exactly what stuff costs. But we're going to pay out $250 on that to John. He's our own employee. So you have options, right? We can put these two VINs into our inventory, or I can create one load with both of them in there. The reason that it allows that goes into the multiple pick drop scenario that I can't remember the name, but somebody mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
It also allows you to, if you say you have a couple big clients and they're sending you just vehicles that you need moved all the time, and this is kind of that medium carrier territory where they've got a lot of trucks and they're moving stuff. They want to optimize the load, so they want to put as many vehicles from, like say St. Louis to Kansas City. They want to get as many vehicles that are in the St. Louis area, grab them all, and then dump it over, and then create a destination of Kansas City. And so there's multiple picks in St. Louis and multiple drops in Kansas City.
Right.
What you would do is instead of creating a load out of it, you would just hit save as is, and those vehicles would be just part of the inventory. And so over time, like say over the next day or two, you could grab multiple vehicles and then bundle them together to create a load, and then assign that to your driver.
Exactly. Bundling, unbundling, splits, that stuff. And I know, I'm sure John, I'm pretty sure John, and I think that's John with Lyric's Towing, and they've got many carriers, many drivers, many customers, and they need software. That's a mid-size, right? A good-sized, mid-sized company needs software that allows them to do that without having to overthink it, and the dispatcher's got to keep track and all this stuff. I mean, it can make you crazy if the software is not flexible.
Yep. All right, so we're going to assign this to...
Great question, John. Thank you so much.
Yourselves, but you can set that to default. Right now it's not, but you can have it default to yourself. But if you have a lot of the brokers that are using the system, want to be able to select the carrier, and then you can select your driver. So we want to assign John. Is it assign carrier? And the reason I pulled up the hold on one second. So we just got a notification right there that said that the load had been assigned. So now we have a new load number 1 here, from Fenton to Bridgeton. So
well, especially when you have short distances and you're always turning and burning. Yeah, it's got to be easy.
Yep. So I want to show one other thing that I think is just a cool feature too, real quick. So you can go into the driver and say you need to send them a note or something. You can go in, if they're using the app, you can send them a message.
Right.
Awesome.
You need that.
I don't know, whatever they would tell you.
Put the keys on the tire. Don't put the Corvette behind the fence.
If there is something that comes up, boom, they've got the notification on their phone immediately that's happened, right? So you can reach out to your, I'm sitting here trying to click the screen. That's not good.
Yeah,
you can reach out to your driver, send them real-time notes. Another thing too, while I'm in the driver screen, I want to show you this assigned training load. If you've got a couple different drivers, say you're a carrier that's got a couple different trucks, you can do this training load, and it goes through, and it has pre-built origins, destinations, and really I probably should use this for our demo, but
okay,
you go in and it creates loads automatically for the different drivers, and then they can go in and they can practice using the app. So if you've got some people that are not as comfortable with technology, then you can kind of walk them through and teach them how to.
You always have that one driver who can't hit the right button, doesn't understand what's going on. I mean, we're all good at different things. He's probably amazing, under the hood, but struggles with technology.
So we're going to go into the load screen here. I'm trying to keep both things up, but it kind of jumps around a little bit.
That's cool.
All right, so now I'm going to pick up. I'm going to set an ETA. I'm going to pick that up today. We're going to do it at night. I'm going to hit save ETA. And so if we go into this load, you're going to be able to see all the different parts about the load. I might shrink this down just a little bit so I can see it fuller.
Cool.
Basically, like it'll show you where.
So now we're in the dashboard, right?
What now?
Are we in the dashboard? We're kind of looking at it's just a macro view of the order.
Yeah, so I went to dispatch loads, and then I was able to look at all the loads we have. We have this one assigned load, so we're going to go into it. And then now you're able to see that load. So John Driver has got this load assigned to him. It's got the 2 vehicles here, and then it's telling you this is the origin, and we're going to pick it up tonight. All right. And so then let me pull up the mobile app real fast. A lot of apps have this, but I really think this is super simple. And I'm really proud of the interface that's been built out on it.
Cool.
But you can click on the map, you can click on the chat, you can click on the phone call. It makes it so that you can get a hold of the client or the pickup or the destination very easily.
A driver needs that. He can't be Googling and looking for, right? He just needs it right there.
All right. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to click into, we get to the origin. Now we're looking at the vehicle. You can go through, you can do your inspection, you can add an inspection, you add damage. So if they require pictures being taken,
do me a favor. Hey, drag that mobile app interface up a little bit, just up a little. Just pull it up a little. You're good.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, it may get a little kooky because
that's cool.
Didn't show it there quite as fast as I thought it was. All right, there it goes. So
well, this is the interface. The interface is slow.
Yeah, and when we were trying to do this earlier. So this is me taking the picture.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right on.
So then it adds it. You can add inspection codes. You can add comments to save the inspection. And if you have damages, you can go through and you can add damages as well. So pictures, put the actual type, severity. It's built around the being able to support the EDI spec or the OEM specs for your different damage codes too. So
right on. AIAG.
Exactly. So we want to support that. We make it so that it works with that. A lot of other software doesn't do that.
No, that's not common. That is not common. When we're talking about AIAG, splat charts, we're talking about when you're hauling a brand new car, you have to drill down to the panel, the level of damage, the type of damage. It gets very It's not just writing D's and C's.
Yeah, is it a 3-inch scratch, a 5-inch scratch? What?
And if you haul for an OEM, that's what you got to do.
And you've got other options on here too. While we're kind of looking at it, one thing that we've seen a lot of times, you're supposed to pick up a vehicle, then next thing you know, it's being changed at the last minute. Somebody gave the wrong VIN. You can go in, you can edit that.
Nice.
You can also turn that feature off. So if you don't want to allow your drivers to do that, you can disable that feature. But we think that's an important. A lot of times what happens is people will get hey, we need you to move these 20 cars. They're going and picking them up. And they you don't know what the VIN's going to be. So you can go in, you can add the VIN or change the VIN to what the VIN you're taking when you get there, because you don't know what it is before. So we're going to knock that. Finish testing. I'm going to do this one really quick. We're going to say that it's all good. And so now we've done a pickup, and let's see if it's going to pop in here. And we're going to be able to sign. We got the 2 vehicles. Nobody's damaged. We can sign for them.
COVID-19. There ain't no signature now. It's actually interesting how COVID is changing some of the process itself.
Yeah, so
I see the VIN numbers, but I don't see to make a vehicle in the curb weights. Here we go. John says, I see the VIN numbers, but I don't see how to make a vehicle in the curb weights. Do you have weight? Do you have fields for weight?
On the VINs?
Yeah. You
so
do?
You can go in, you can set that up.
Okay. So it's in there, John. And John, I encourage you, you should, if you're so inclined, email Craig at VehicHaul.com and just get a follow-up of some of this stuff. Might be helpful. Right.
And I'm just tossing it out there. Some of like the decoding the VIN to the, those are features you turn on. And whenever we created this, I didn't go through and assign all that and set that up for this particular carrier. So we're just kind of running through the demo. But yes, you can decode the VIN, puts the year, make, model, puts the weight, GVR, length, all that data in so that you can, when you're building your loads, you'll be able to use that data to then to make sure that you're going to be able to fit it on your different trailers.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. And if you have the auction information, the lane and whatnot, there's cells for that. It's not just notes, but there's cells. That's nice. One thing I haven't seen in most apps is the value of the vehicle being reported in the BOL. Hey, that's a pretty good one, Nick. Insurance companies want that, at least in Canada. A field for the value of the vehicle. Interesting. And you know what? And you know what I've noticed when I talk to folks in Canada, they bring up things that I don't hear talked about as much. It's as if Canada comes up with ideas that domestic U.S. hadn't always thought of, which is interesting.
Yep. So just a couple notes. So we did the pickup. We got the bill. So you can see the signature. It all pre-populates on the in the TMS component. So like as these things are happening, it's marking it as picked up. You can see the signature in on it now. So if you're a dispatcher, you can see that happening. So now we're going to go through and I'm going to set an ETA for tomorrow morning just because that's not realistic, but we're going to put it in there just because. Sure. And so now the system's going to update and it'll say that delivery is expected tomorrow morning. It may take a second. And then we'll go ahead and we'll mark these. We'll say that everything went perfect. Again, you can add damage if you wanted to, but
okay.
Just because I want to make sure.
Oh, there we go. No inspection vehicle wireframe on the app to mark damages. Do you have wireframes on there?
So, hold on. No, because we do pictures and we do the different types, severities. Like we have the drop downs for the different pieces.
No wireframes. Okay.
No wireframes. Okay, so be able to do the sign order.
Mm-hmm.
If you're delivering an STI, you can mark that.
Mm-hmm. Subject to inspection. Little trivia for the kids. STI. Hey, kids. STI means subject to inspection. Just like your bedrooms. Now get to bed.
Now we have that marked. So you can now pull up the load sheet. You can see everything's been completed on it. You're able to download that. You can view it. You can email it. I'm sorry. It's a little behind. Okay.
Right. I'm with you. But yeah, you can now that you can deliver that to the customer or broker.
If you have a printer in your cab, you can print to it. We support a lot of the different printers that are available today, so you can print it, you can email it, you can view it. So that's kind of how the process works. And I do feel like the app is really simple to use. We're all, I love hearing feedback on the app. We went through, and as a techie, you want to put all the new swipes and the cool new gestures and all the things in it. But the reality is, for ease of use, we've made it as simple as possible. We've had a lot of different drivers give us feedback, and we tried to cut down the amount of transitions and all the different things that happen inside the app and make it just uber friendly for everybody to be able to use. So,
right. Yeah. No, and that's what it is. Because if you're a driver and you're out in the elements and you're loading, unloading, etc. Yeah,
brains
you don't care
dropping
about
on your screen. You're trying to like zoom it in with your finger.
Exactly.
Trying to do that kind of stuff. It's not fun.
Here's another question. How do you view the inspection vehicle photos you took?
So they would be inside the vehicle, and then you're going to be able to
order.
Yeah, and then they're in here. Oh my gosh, where is it? Oh my God, there it is.
Down
so
below.
You can see like your different.
Right.
See my green nerd keyboard.
Yeah.
But so you can put your damages could be in there as well as your inspection. You can also add comments. There's a lot of different things. You can associate documents. If there's gate passes, things like that can be put inside the system. Just trying to rush through it.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it. There's a lot of fields here.
There's a lot to it, and it's so hard to give a demo because once you get a lot of this stuff set up, it's all about workflow and it makes you incredibly efficient because this is stuff that today, if you're trying to do it, it's cumbersome, right? But you got to get it set up, and it's hard to demo just the creation from the start to being able to do that. But you have all these different options, so
yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
So what's some of your favorite stuff? Let's talk about. Thanks, Nick. Nick said it was a real good demo. I agree.
Yes, thanks.
I think you did a good job.
Components I'm excited about. So there's a couple of different things that I think, and a lot of this is not completely fleshed out yet, but one of the pieces that we're finishing up and is going to be in when we release the smaller guy version, the Vehicall White. It's going to be greatly simplified as far as a lot of the accounting components and pieces like that. It's going to be very simple, automatic generating of invoices. There's a lot of things that most carriers want. Another component is I'm pushing really big for the marketplace. And so that's where, if you have a relationship with ACERTUS already, so you've gone through and you've set up an account with ACERTUS and you're able to take loads from them. We're going to allow you to be able to use that marketplace, click in, request loads, and get those automatically feeded over to your system automatically. So working with ACERTUS will be incredibly simple. Our goal is to go out and make as many integrations as possible for that marketplace so that other people will be contributing to it as well. So then anyone that's using Vehicall will benefit from that ecosystem. That's getting away from the PDFs that we were talking about, and now they're able to suck in the order, get started, move in the freight, and then, there's a lot of really cool things that no one's touched on yet with our marketplace that we're going to be pioneers on, and I'm really excited to show you in the next quarter or two. I'm hoping that we can have a video and we can go through that and show you some of the new features we're building out for that.
So, and it's interesting because we know, and I've had this conversation with other folks in auto transport software, and that is that we're not going to be in the Borg, the Borg in Star Trek. Everybody's part of one system.
Right. I don't think that'll ever happen. Exactly.
That's like level 5 of autonomous vehicles. It's probably never going to happen. So, assuming that never happens, then we move backwards in the future, and knowing that we need everything to be electronic, all customers, all vendors, all shippers need things to be electronic. There can't be shuffling paper anymore. And we know that when it comes to government institutions and integrations with them, that might be the last bastion of stacks of paperwork. But even that is trying to be digitized. And so as we move into this digitized content future, we know that we're going to have systems that at least overlap and communicate, and that's the kind of future you want to be a pioneer in.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, it's coming. You're going to be in the minority if you're not part of that.
I believe that too. That's why I'm talking about it.
Yeah, the reason I know is I look at players today. The largest system that most people use to find their loads is completely not capable of supporting what we're talking about. Right. So there is going to be a new player that makes that happen, right? And I am confident that I'm gonna sit down with Vehicall and I'm gonna do what I can to make that world a place, an awesome place for the carriers, so that they can get paid quicker, they can just get the loads they need and do their job what they want to do.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be dealing with phone calls and status updates over phones and stuff like that. We need.
And you know what? The good news is we're through part one, the painful period, where we had carriers meeting software for the first time, not understanding what's going. That's already the past. Right. We're now in the next phase, which is making it better, making loads digital, making it so you don't have to call loads, right? We need to get rid of the phone and make stuff clickable.
Yes. And so transparency and being able to share that information with your clients, your broker, be it like a direct client that you're working with, customer that you've added in the system, that's where it's exciting.
Yeah.
But you do not want to, like we were discussing earlier, you don't want to just give them a GPS dot and you want to give them some real data saying here's whenever it's going to be estimated. And that's where you get into a whole new level of and things that we're going to be working on, but AI and being able to look at weather and traffic patterns, all this, and be able to help assist the carrier to communicate to the different clients without them having to do it automatically, so that they can manage those expectations.
And it's interesting when we talk about AI, we jump to a science fiction, oh my gosh. But what we're talking about is if the machine can learn your route and learn things that are typical of your business and then help predict using predictive analysis to assist you in your business, well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. Predictive analysis. Predictive analysis is less scary than AI.
Yeah.
It's more geeky, but it's
Yes. So it's like me. I had an Alexa, but now my kids are always yelling at it. So I was like, okay, we're gonna get rid of this because I don't want our robot overlords to attack you someday because you were mean to it.
Exactly.
So I'm scared about AI, but when it comes to business in the world, there is a massive opportunity to be able to use all these different data sources that are out there. I mean, we have a huge initiative right now to collect a lot of that data, process it, and learn from it, and make really good business decisions and maximize profit. And for Vehicall, we want to pass that information down to these smaller carriers and mid-sized carriers that don't. It takes a lot of money to build that kind of technology.
Yeah, no, and I was thinking that too on the money thing. Once you've got the truck and the trailer and the insurance and maintenance and parts, and by the time you get down to car shipping software, you haven't got much money left.
Yeah. Well, you don't. I mean, who wants to spend it on that, right?
And many times you just can't.
Yeah.
Which is why I see the question a lot. Well, what can I get for free? Right? It's like you're at the bus stop and you put $1 on the counter. All right, how far can I get with $1? And that's where it's at. Unfortunately that's where it's at.
Is like Vehicall for free, so that so ACERTUS can benefit from that, and the carrier wins, because when that happens, the carrier gets all the latest, greatest. They're able to compete with the people that have invested their own money into building their own systems, and the ecosystem as a whole improves. So I know I've hit on that a couple times, but I get really excited about it and I'm really passionate about it.
Yeah, no, me too. Listen, man, we have covered a lot of information. Boy, we almost lost the stream again, but we made it. We made it through the show without the thing breaking. I reinstalled OBS, so it's either a YouTube thing or my multi-stream software. This stuff gets so complicated and crazy. But again, without this software, it would just be me talking to the wall. So, I mean, love it or hate it, it gets us to point B. So, listen, Craig, thank you so much for spending so much time with us tonight. That was awesome.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
Love talking with you. Anytime you've got something you want to talk about from a nerd standpoint, a technology standpoint, I'd love to be on and talk with you. So,
all right,
it's been great. I really appreciate it.
Let me know how I can help. I think you got a couple people that are going to contact you, and just keep me posted, okay?
Definitely. And once we get some people in that want to do help us beta this out, the new interface. We're really excited about that. So
yeah, in fact, I'm going to share launch.vehicall.com is the way to get started. I just put it in the live chat again.
Yep. Awesome.
Awesome, man. You have a great night. Thank you so much, Craig.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, man. Peace out.
All right. See you.
All right. Bye. Okay, so now we just ended that meeting. And I think you can still see me and hear me okay. And guys, I really appreciate you sticking around. I mean, I know you kind of get in the weeds a little bit in a demo, and Craig went ahead and gave us a live demo. That can be dicey, but it was great. And I like that we could see the mobile app and the dashboard next to each other. It was great stuff. So I really want to thank ACERTUS for participating in Auto Transport Intel and allowing me to access a great mind like Craig and seeing another demo. Really looking forward to seeing what we do next in a live interview, because we had Alicia. We were live with Alicia and Johnny a couple months ago, and then Craig tonight. I'm really looking forward to see what we do next. And that brings me to, I'm at the end of the show. Listen, I want to say, if you have a company, product, or service, and you are ready to talk live and to the car shipping industry, you really to stop waiting. I say this to people. We have a meeting in the minds, and let's do it, and then they wait. Stop waiting. There is no point in waiting. If everything's a work in progress. You can see from Vehicall, he'll never be at point B because he's always got more he wants to do with it. So stop waiting. If you've got a company, product, or service, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Let's get you on the show. Let's get going. We can do one now. We can do a show now. We can do another show in 6 months. Whatever works, because people are always searching on YouTube and Google for more new information. There will be new car haulers watching this show a year from now, 2 years from now. It's hard to measure how many views people will put into this YouTube video, how many people will benefit from this information. It's almost impossible to measure. So stop waiting. Let's make a video. You're next. All right. Autotransportintel@gmail.com. I am excited to say, okay, so next week we've got abusive tow. Wow. That is going to be really interesting to learn about and talk to Dan Olivieri. And then in 2 weeks, we have Ryan Girardi on the show with autoconversion.net. By the way, I'm going to share it again. Listen, if you just, you really love listening to me talk, you just can't get enough. If you're like me and you love hearing me talk, now I'm just kidding. I would love to see any of you join me tomorrow. I just put the link to, I'm going to be live tomorrow afternoon. You know that you can join State of Car Hauling Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Central Time. That is a brief look at what's happening in the industry. It's been all COVID, obviously, the last month or so. Manheims, OEMs, dealers, car sales. We check in with Ty, Man on the Street. It's a great show. Check that out. I'll be live again tomorrow at noon, but I put in the link. I'll be live with Ryan Girardi on Auto Conversion talking about mobility tomorrow afternoon. And you're going to be seeing more of me and I want to be seeing more of you. So please do send me an email, jump in the live chat, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, start a watch party. And finally, at 10:15 p.m., I've had you for 2.25 hours. I'm going to run the car hauler. I'm going to let you go. And really, I hope that your business keeps getting better, and that you stay safe, and that we see you in the coming days and weeks as part of this ecosystem and passionate about car shipping. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on Tuesday Nights Live, episode 137. You have a good night, and I will be talking to you soon.